Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of speaking with Jason Hadema. He's the CEO of Atrium. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks, Gerhard.
What has been the most exciting thing of 2022 for you?
Probably the most exciting thing so far, right, is that we just announced our Series A fundraise. So I think that probably has got to be up there, right? So we just raised a $20 million fundraise led by Craft Ventures. Super excited to build this new category of sales tech called data-driven sales management.
Can you give us the 1-minute elevator pitch of Atrium?
We are a data-driven sales management platform that enables sales managers to use data to improve team performance. And what that means is what we do really, really well is out of the box, Atrium monitors hundreds of KPIs for sales reps so that managers don't have to. And then importantly, it proactively alerts the manager, here's what's working, here's what's not working, here's what you're going to do about it. So we can turn those managers into superheroes. And so as a result of that, we've got over 200 customers today that are using Atrium to turn their sales managers into amazing performance improvers.
So what does a performance dashboard look like on Atrium?
It depends on what your priorities are. Right? And the answer is you probably have multiple dashboards in Atrium. So if you've got a priority to ramp a bunch of your new account executives, maybe like PartnerStack does with Atrium, they're using Atrium to accelerate the speed with which their reps come up to speed. And the way they do that is Atrium is automatically identifying benchmarks based on the historical performance of the best reps in their organization. What did the best rep do on day 30? What did she do on day 45? What did she do on day 60? And now as new reps come on, right, Atrium is automatically alerting the manager and the rep, are they behind pace? Are they ahead of pace from those historical benchmarks? And of course, the corresponding dashboard, right, which is different than the Atrium system proactively alerting you. You can also have a dashboard to say, well, here are the 5 metrics I care most about in ramp. And I can literally visualize how every new rep is ramping, compared to everyone else historically for each of those key metrics.
Do you also have metrics for technologies that people are using?
Here's a new integration that we did, right? So we are now tightly integrated with Gong. Why did we do that, right? Because it's super important to manage your performance to understanding how those calls are going, right? And so an example of that is that out of the box, joint customers of Gong and Atrium now get, in addition to hundreds of other metrics and KPIs, they get core call behavioral metrics. They get talk ratio, they get question rate, right? They get interactivity, they get their longest monologue, they get which topics they're talking about. And then of course the manager can identify through Atrium's alerting, oh, that's interesting. Jane's talk ratio is much higher than every other rep in the organization. Let's set a goal on talk ratio and Atrium will automatically monitor it so we can drive that behavior down so Jane becomes, more of a listener during those discovery calls.
So how does Atrium make sales leaders a better coach?
Maybe let me give you an example based on our organization, right? Mm-hmm. So Atrium told us that one of our newer reps was light on bookings. Okay. Well, we knew that, right? But why were they light on bookings? Well, Atrium diagnosed the root cause and says, the root cause of this rep's performance issue on bookings, it's not the number of ops they have. We don't need to feed them more. It's not their ASP. They don't have a discounting problem. It's not their sales cycle. The specific issue with this rep is their win rate. Okay, what do I do about it? I want to coach this person on win rate. How do I do that? So Atrium now dives deeper, right? And knows, of course, that win rate is the composite of the conversion of each step in the sales cycle. And Atrium compared this rep with all of the peers in the organization and realized that this rep actually only has a problem at one specific stage in the sales cycle, discovery stage. And then finally, okay, so let's go find the calls for the ops that were at the discovery stage that didn't convert. And lo and behold, that Gong integration we talked about, it turns out that their talk ratio on those calls is way higher than their peers at the similar step. Okay, so now how am I going to coach on this? Well, one, I'm going to listen to those specific 5 calls that Atrium calls out that happened in the last month at that stage with the high talk ratio, right? And I'm going to coach the rep on those calls. 2, I'm going to set goals going forward for the talk ratio on similar calls in similar stages. And then in my data-driven one-on-ones, I'm going to monitor that with my rep and we're going to talk about it. And so that's precisely what we did. And what did we see? Well, you see the behavior ameliorate on talk ratio, right? Then a little bit lagging from that, you see the conversion rate from discovery pick up, and then a little bit lagging from that, which is in the future for us now, but surely will come. Now that win rate is going to flip, which is ultimately going to solve that bookings problem. So that's a very tactical example using what we call our Atrium Insight Engine to cross multiple metrics in the organization, find the root cause, and then enable the manager to coach on it.
So where should people go on your website to learn more?
Yeah, so they can go to atriumhq.com. From that landing page, you can read awesome customer testimonials, check out the videos of customers telling you how they're using the product. They love it. It's going to come out and you're going to see that. And then there's a sign up button and you can immediately go directly through that sign up flow. It'll take you 90 seconds. And when you're done, we will start showing you on your own data, what's working and what's not working in the organization. So you can see exactly how the platform works.
Jason, thank you for this illuminating conversation.
You bet, Garrett. It's great talking to you.